Hi, it's Rita Wilkins, a downsizing designer. So with the holidays just around the corner, there's a beautiful new tradition that's bringing families together in this changing world. It's called Family Decluttering Day. So what if one simple ritual could bring your family closer together, spark more laughter and storytelling, and ease the future burdens and worries that they might have about all the stuff that we have, and also make room for what truly matters. So this holiday season, when you're finally under one roof, what if you tried something new that's meaningful and surprisingly joyful and also fun? So across the country, this new movement, families are creating this tradition that's called Family Decluttering Day. And what it is, once a year, once a quarter, whenever you want, families gather together to sort through memories, share stories that might otherwise be lost, lighten the emotional and the physical burden of all of that stuff, and also ensure the legacy that they leave behind is intentional, not accidental. So this is not about getting rid of things. It's about creating connection, clarity, and also peace together. So I think there's a reason why this is spreading so quickly. And that, as the downsizing designer, I've been observing thousands of households nationwide. Something is shifting. So baby boomers want to downsize more proactively. Adult children want to avoid that future overwhelm. And women that are 50 plus are craving that simpler, freer, more intentional life. And then seniors want to share their stories before it's too late. And almost everyone is realizing that homes are holding way too much stuff, and our time together is really too limited, and waiting until someday is creating that unnecessary stress. So no one wants their loved ones to inherit a burden. So families deeply want more connection, but don't necessarily know how to create it. So Family Decluttering Day bridges both of those needs really quite beautifully. It turns a difficult topic of decluttering your parents' home into something warm and shared and meaningful. And it also transforms decluttering from a huge, overwhelming project into small, doable, heart-centered moments. And it's even fun. So this particular story kind of reflects this new generation's reality and what many families are currently experiencing. So Janet, she was age 72. She had lived in the same home for 38 years, but she wasn't ready to move. But she felt that growing weight of all the stuff, the holiday decorations, the photo albums, the boxes in the basement labeled miscellaneous. So when her daughter, age 52, visited for Thanksgiving last year, she kind of quietly said to her mom, maybe we could do something small together. Just pick one box and let's talk about it. And so Janet at first was hesitant, but she didn't want to, because she didn't want to be a burden, but she also didn't want her daughter to feel obligated. And so she certainly didn't want to turn the holiday into a project either, but they tried it. So they chose just one box, and inside they found old photos of Melissa's first dance recital, Janet's mother's handwritten recipes, a Christmas ornament that her daughter had made at age 10, and then a newspaper clipping about her daughter's first job. So each item opened a doorway to a story. And Melissa grabbed her phone and recorded her mom talking about the recipe cards and about some of the other things they found. So the whole family gathered around as Janet shared the story of the ornament. They laughed, they cried, they reminisced. And it only took 35 minutes. But something changed. So that night, Melissa said, we should really do this every time at home. So they did. They did it throughout the year. So it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, Mother's Day, and any other random Saturday or Sunday that they could visit. And all they did was 1 or 2 boxes at a time. So it's about honoring the stories, strengthening the bonds, and also making intentional decisions together. So this is what Family Decluttering Day looks like. And this is why it's really spreading. This is why families are embracing it. So the first thing you would do would be to choose your own rhythm. So some families want to do this just once a year during the holidays, quarterly when the kids are visiting, or monthly for women in their 50s who are trying to simplify their life, or randomly whenever the family just gets together. So there's no right way, but consistency would be key and also more meaningful. So you start with a ritual, and it could be a candle, a prayer, a shared photo, a moment of gratitude. But this signal, it's a moment for connection, not pressure. The next thing to do is pick one small category. So this is actually the secret to the success of this particular tradition, because it's not the entire basement, it's not the entire attic. It's just 1 or 2 boxes, 1 or 2 drawers or shelves, small collections of things like ornaments, photos, tools, all of those kind of things. Small wins really become, a much a bigger progress over a period of time. So let the stories lead the way. This is where the beauty and the connection lives. So the apron that your mom wore, or the watch that your father wore every single day, or the wedding photo that was tucked inside of an envelope with a love letter, and then the ticket stubs from concerts or baseball games, or the books with scribbles in the margins. Items become a doorway. The stories are the treasure. So then the family, this is step number 5, is this family would decide together with love, what to keep, what to pass down, what to donate, and what to release, with gratitude. So what this does is it prevents all that future overwhelm. It brings tremendous peace to everyone involved. So then you're going to close with appreciation. And so a simple way to end this would be, one thing I learned today, or one thing I'm grateful for that happened today, or one thing that we did today that really mattered to me. So it creates closure and also connection. So there are reasons why baby boomers and seniors and women 50 plus are embracing that, because this ritual gives them a sense of control over their own legacy, a way to share their stories while they're still here to tell them. It also gives relief from the pressure of decades of accumulated things, because ultimately it gets emptied out. And then a deeper connection with their adult children and their grandchildren. And it's a feeling of being seen, heard, and also valued. So now adult children, they like this idea because it offers clarity, connection. It helps to prevent the overwhelm because the conversation is being had, and it's a gentle way to help without taking over. And it's a chance to preserve those stories that would otherwise disappear. And so for many women over 50, it's a path to a simpler, more intentional life. It's a rhythm of letting go, and it's a way to honor the past while designing what's next. So this is a tradition that meets everyone exactly where they are. And so who knows, maybe it's going to become a national tradition, because it does solve the real emotional, the practical, and also the generational problems, and because families crave meaning more than ever. So instead of inheriting thousands of unknown items, or feeling overwhelmed, or arguing over who gets what, it helps to avoid conversations until it's too late. So families are choosing connection, clarity, and also compassion, just one moment at a time, or in this case, I think it was 35 minutes at a time. So Family Decluttering Day can bring people together, and in a changing world, that's exactly what we need more of. So if you want to know more about decluttering, I have a special offer going on right now. It's a limited time only for the holidays. All 4 of my books are just $35. If you are interested, you can learn more. Just check the link below. I do hope you take advantage of this offer. It's only going to happen once a year. Take care.